Mike Quincy from Consumer Reports is back with us. He's talking about all things car maintenance, summer road trips, and cars in general. You can text him your question. We've got a few already. This first person is asking, how often should I be changing my air filter?
I think you should look into changing your air filter every time you get your oil change. Quite often, the oil change places will do that. We'll take a look into it. And with a rodent infestation, you never know what kind of surprises you're going to see in your air filter. So I would definitely look into it every time you get your oil changed.
Okay. This next question is, what are the signs I need to change my windshield wipers?
Generally, the rule of thumb is every 6 months, whether you think you need it or not. You're not going to notice that your windshield wipers are terrible until you really need them during a really heavy storm. But you can easily spritz water or shoot windshield washer fluid on your windshield. And if you're getting lots of grime, lots of streaking, it's time for a new pair. And some of the auto parts places will even install them for you.
I didn't even think about changing my windshield wipers, and I've had my car for a year. So, okay.
Oh, definitely.
I'm due.
Time.
All right. This next question is, how often do I need to change my timing belt?
That's a critical one. I'm glad you got this question, because when we were talking about the maintenance that you need to do for your car before a road trip, a timing belt is definitely one of them. You got to check your owner's manual. And this is a very important maintenance item. This is not something you can put off. Oh, I'll just do it later or something. No, if you don't change the timing belt and it breaks, you're looking at rebuilding or replacing an entire engine. So while the timing belt repair is not inexpensive, it's still cheaper than a new engine.
Right, and you should be looking at your manual specifically for that.
Owner's manual is the Bible, definitely, when it comes to timing belts, and I would follow it very religiously.
All the puns intended. Okay, this next one is there any point where a car gets too old for a road trip?
That's a great question. I think the car is too old when you're starting to lose confidence in it. When month after month, there's another item that needs to be maintained. And this is also kind of the same answer to, when do I know that the car is too old, that I need to replace it? Again, when it's becoming unsafe to drive, it's becoming unreliable. Also, old car is a great way to save money, especially if it's running well. But old car also means old technology. It also means lower fuel economy in most cases. The newer cars have more safety features. So, I mean, it really depends. Is it letting you down? Is it making you nervous? But, sometimes old cars are running great. I mean, I have this vision of taking a road trip in a 1965 Mustang convertible, and that's a pretty old car.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. So this person's asking, how long can I drive on a spare tire?
Not long, no, unless it is a full-size spare. But these days, most cars are not available with a full-size spare, mostly because the automakers are super concerned about fuel economy. A big full-time size tire and a wheel weighs a lot. More weight makes your fuel economy go down. A lot of times, the temporary spare tires are going to say, limited use, limited speed as well. So if you need to pull over because you got a flat tire and you need to put your temporary on, the first thing you need to do is get on the phone and find a place that will replace it with a regular tire.
All right. And wasn't there a time when maybe some automakers were no longer giving spare tires?
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes you just get like a can of this goo that you're supposed to spray into your busted up tire, and it's supposed to seal the holes again. So you can limp to a tire repair place or a tire retailer. But again, it's like, except for like some of the bigger trucks, you always see that the outside tire carrier for like Jeep Wranglers, and the new Ford Bronco has them. That's because people are going off road. You can't do a temporary, they call them donuts, off road. But regular, run of the mill cars and most car-based SUVs, some don't have a spare tire at all.
Wow. Okay, so know that. You should check that before you go on the road trip. All right, this next is a tire question. If your car has been sitting for an extended period of time, do your tires need to be replaced?
It depends how old the tires are and how long it's been sitting. Sometimes if your car just maybe sits for a week, they can develop this thing called a flat spot. So what that means is the tire has been sitting for a while with all the weight on it. And as you start driving it, the tires are still relatively cold, and you might hear a thump, thump, thump as the flat spot kind of works its way out. The tires heat up, the rubber kind of changes a little bit, and the thumping goes away. If it doesn't go away, definitely we'll get at it. But you can see like drywall rot on an old kind of decrepit tire. But again, the rule of thumb is anything close to even 10 years, even if they look really good, time to replace them.
All right, we got about a minute left. This person's asking, is it true if I don't drive my car for a long time, the engine will just die?
Not necessarily die, but cars are meant to be driven. And I know that kind of sounds like a cliche, but your car will actually be in better shape the more you drive it. The fluids get circulated. The engine gets up to running temperature. The engine is designed to run your hoses, your belts, your seals. Everything is better when it's all heated up and lubricated and it's going well. So cars that sit for a really long time can be problematic, and you might want to get a mechanic look it over. But I mean, are we talking a week? Are we talking a month? Are we talking 10 years?
Okay, gotcha. All right. Thank you so much for your time and expertise. If you at home missed any of this information, you're going to be able to find it on our website, WFMYnews2.com. Just head to the Two Wants to Know section.